and welcome to all. And Namaste Swamini. Namaste Swamini. Are you able to hear me? Okay. I'll just briefly introduce Swamini and then we can get started. Swamini Paraprajnananda Saraswatiji is the disciple of Swami Pujya Swami Adhyatma Saraswatiji, and Swamiji has been associated with Pujya Swamiji since 1981 and has been Swamiji's disciple for more than 25 years. Swamiji has studied the Vedanta Prasthana Trayi, which are like Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita and the Brahma Sutra, and also many other Vedanta texts, these Prakarana Granthas under Swamiji, and also many other texts such as Puranas and others. Swamiji has been teaching Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita and other Vedanta texts for the past 25 years. She has been teaching Vedanta at Arsha Vidya Gurukulam, Saraswatiji, and also in different cities as part of this outreach program. So, she also conducts regular Vedanta classes, both in person and online, in both here as well as in India. Right, and she's a gifted teacher, commanding simple, lucid, and yet profound style of teaching. Swamiji is always approachable for the seekers, so it has been a blessing for all of us to have her here today. And I personally know her for the past 2-3 years, and it's always a pleasure to talk to her and learn from her. Thank you very much, Swamiji.
ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। So the topic for 2 days is harmony in relationships. Now see, relationships are something which are integral to life. One way of describing life is that there are relationships in that. no matter what we do, we cannot avoid relationships. In fact, moment we are born, we are related. We are related to our parents, to our siblings, and moment a child is born, already someone becomes uncle or auntie or some such thing, So, relationship is something which is there right from the time of birth. And from morning to evening, if we see our life, constantly we pass from one to other human beings, and in some way or the other we are related to other human beings. Except for those who live in the forest, even for them there is some kind of relationships with some people or nature or birds. So, human being is basically a social person, social being, and therefore it is very, very important that we pay attention to our relationships. Most of our joy comes from relationships. And if these relationships are harmonious, then there is happiness in life. Conversely, if our relationships are not that smooth or fraught with some kind of conflict or stress, consequently, our life is also, let us say, not that happy. Therefore, it becomes very, very important that we should have harmonious relationships with people, with whoever we are related. Because our joy comes from that. And that is why we cannot take it that lightly. We will see that it is an art. It is an art which we all should learn. Another thing which I wanted to point out is that there is a basic need in every human being. Because of ignorance, each and every human being, because of avidya, because of ignorance, everybody who is born is a needy person. Needy may not be in terms of food and shelter and clothing, but there are many needs besides food and shelter also in life. Basically, a human being, each and every human being feels incomplete, feels inadequate because of ignorance. Ignorance of the true nature of the self. And with respect to that, everybody, barring wise man, barring Mahatmas, everybody is needy. Because of the ignorance of the true nature of the self. Not knowing what the true nature of the self is, there are many misconceptions regarding who I am. And that is why everybody looks upon himself or herself as a needy one. See, in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, sage Yajnavalkya has thrown a lot of light on this. There is a very important event where he says that, Yajnavalkya had two wives, Maitreyi and Katyayani. Once he decided to renounce, and so he called both of them before him and said that I am now going to depart, and I am going to share my wealth between the two of you, and I want your consent for sannyasa. This is what he told them. Katyayani, one of them, she took her share and left. But there is this other one, Maitreyi. She is very intelligent. She says, am I going to be fulfilled by the wealth which you are giving me? Will the wealth which you are leaving for us, will it make us immortal? That is the question she asks. Yajnavalkya said, obviously no. This wealth, or no matter, no amount of wealth of all the three worlds can also fulfill you. Wealth has no capacity to give you immortality. Then she says, of what use is this? Of what use is the wealth that you are giving to us? He said, with this wealth, definitely you will be able to live comfortably. You will be able to live comfortably. But immortality cannot be acquired by wealth. Her reply was, I have no use of it. If it cannot give me immortality, I have absolutely no use of it. You better give me that which you have. You better impart to me that which you have, that which makes you go away, that which makes you renounce and pursue. You must be having something in your mind. Please share that with me. This is the dialogue that happens. So says Yajnavalkya says, okay, fine. He was very happy. He was very happy to have this kind of response from his wife. And he said, sit down before me. And then he says a very, very important thing. He says, Nava Are, I will translate in English also. But this is, since it is very famous, I would like to quote. Nava Are Jaya Yai Priyaye Jaya Priya Bhavati. He said, it is not for what the wife is, that the wife is loved by the husband. But it is because of the husband himself. Atmanastu Kamaya Jaya Priya Bhavati. He says, it is because the husband loves himself that he loves the wife. Then he extended the same thing to husband also. He says, Nava Are Patyuhu Kamaya Patihi Priyo Bhavati. He said, it is not something in the husband because of which the wife loves the husband, but it is because of what? Atmanastu Kamaya Patihi Priyo Bhavati. It is because the wife loves herself that, and husband is favorable in her loving herself, that she loves the husband. Then he extended the list to say that even the son, even children, even daughter, even wealth, Nava Are Sarvasya Kamaya Sarvam Priyam Bhavati. There is absolutely nothing which is loved for its sake. Then why is it loved? Because everybody loves the self. See, constant love affair is going on with the self. We all love ourselves, and because others help us in loving ourselves. See, we all like mirror. Why do we like the mirror? Because it reflects me. I see my own face in the mirror. And that is why sometimes if some mirror do not reflect me well enough, then we remove that and get a better one. Why? Because we like to see our own image in the mirror. Similarly, we like those people, we are attached to those people who are conducive to us, who help us in loving ourselves. Because people behave in such a way, help us in such a way, that it becomes easier for me to love myself. This is a very important thing. So it throws light upon the fact that everybody is needy, and everybody constantly needs what? Some kind of security, some kind of love. And those who comply with that, those who help us in doing that, are loved by us. Moment people are inimical to us, they criticize us, they bring us down, lower our self-esteem, we don't enjoy their company, do we? We don't like to be around them. Even in their presence also, we are not comfortable. Why? Because, precisely because they show us something about us, make us uncomfortable, and then whoever that person may be, however great he or she may be, but I am not happy with them. So Yajnavalkya says that we all love the self, and whoever helps us in doing that, because we do not directly know the self, we cannot directly approach it in the absence of knowledge, and that is why we look to others. We look to others to come back to ourselves. This is the principle. And therefore, our culture, our Hindu culture, is based upon keeping all this in mind. Our culture is based on the concept of duty. Our culture is not based on the concept of rights. This is my right, you have to give it to me. No. Our culture is based, duty based. It is everybody's duty. Duty of a mother, duty of a father, duty of wife, duty of husband, duty of children, duty of state. Everybody has certain roles, and with each and every role a script is attached. And what does that script tell us about? That this is your duty as a brother, this is your duty as a teacher. And duty means what? I perform my duties in such a manner that I take care of you, that you are taken care of. In the process of performing my duties, my needs are kept aside. Sometimes if the need be, I keep aside my personal needs, my favorability, unfavorability, and go ahead with performing my duties. When this is done, automatically the person for whom, the family for whom, or whoever is whatever is the platform, for whoever I am performing the duties, they are taken care of. And you also do the same. In the process, my needs are taken care of. So it was very well spelt out that everybody performs their duties. In the process, everybody is taken care of. You need not demand for your rights. See, when you demand for rights, then there is enforcement from behind. Somebody compels you. You have to give, you have to do. When there is compulsion, then you react. Then you want to reject that. Whereas here, it is my duty. We are related, we are together, and these are the duties. Accordingly, when we live life, then everybody is taken care of. This was beautiful. But everything is fine, hunky-dory, as they say, as long as everybody performs their duties properly. Well, they are all sincere in doing that. The problem arises when somebody is not that sincere. When everybody in a setup, in a given setup, say family is a setup, workplace is a setup, where everybody, if they are performing their duties as per their roles, then it is fine. But moment somebody deviates, and that is bound to be, everybody is not that sincere. There are certain traits in human beings maybe selfishness, maybe pride, too much of ego. I'm focused only on myself. I'm not ready to give. This kind of traits are there, which will make me shirk, go away and avoid my duties. In any setup, if we are honest, we will find that everybody is not that sincere. It may be a small family, it may be just two persons living together, spouses also. Even there you find that both are not that sincere. If it is very good, then the relationship is harmonious. Then the relationship is harmonious because both are doing their part very well. Both are taking care of each other. That is how it is planned. We will talk about, I want to spend some time for Grihasthashram also tomorrow, but that is tomorrow. But that is how it is planned. But when it doesn't work that way, if it works that way, very good, nothing like it. Automatically relations are best. It is heaven. It is heaven on earth. But it's not like that always. And then there are problems. One person is giving and is fulfilling all the duties. There may be one or two persons more of this type in a family, but not all. So, then a question will come. How long should I do? What about me? What about me? People are taking advantage of me. So, because this person who is performing the duties well and sincerely, that person has also his needs. That person is also needy. What about that? I am being exploited. People are taking my advantage of my goodness, my sincerity. And it happens. It happens in families, it happens in friends also, it happens between two spouses, everywhere. So what do we do? Then what do we do? Because then a time comes when this person who is sincere, he or she, most of the time we find that she. It's not hard and fast, but then one day they will react. One day they get burnt out. And then they declare, I am not going to do these kind of things anymore. Now you take up. We find this. I've seen this in India. That the lady of the house, she will just keep on giving and looking after everybody's needs. But then a time comes when she revolts. At the age of 55 or 60, when she is also going through a lot of turmoil. And her needs, her emotional needs, her need for love and security and warmth are not satisfied. Then she revolts and declares, now I am not going, from tomorrow it's the end of it. But if that happens, then it means we are parting ways. Even if we are together under one roof, physically we are together under one roof, but not together really. Mentally, we are not together. Why? Because we don't see eye to eye. Now no more are people or the members or friends or whoever they may be, they are no more seeing eye to eye. Even if they don't speak and bring out their conflicts in open, but inside their mind, this is going on and on and on. This is very, very damaging. This is extremely damaging. this will rend a person apart, and others too. And yet there cannot be any progress. When you are not happy, then obviously you cannot make any headway. If there is some goal in your life, it is very difficult to achieve. It's not easy to live in such an environment. But at the same time, the fact remains that it's not always comfortable or that easy to part ways. Just because I don't get along with you, that doesn't mean I just go away. It's not always possible. Always it is not possible. Then what to do? And in that way, supposing we keep on distancing ourselves from everyone, then I will be left alone. That is not the solution. This is not the solution. So what do we do in these cases? This is everybody's story, in some form or the other. Maybe not at home, then outside, in some other setup, because it is bound to be. Everybody is not same. So what is the solution? What is the solution? We can't close doors on everyone. Sometimes we are bound to be together. Destiny has brought us together and we have to live it. We are bound with our parents, we are bound with siblings, with our spouses also. So we can't just sever our relations that way. Unless it reaches an extreme stage. Till then, we must be committed. We must be committed to find a solution. What is that solution? Because, as I said in the beginning, our joy, our happiness comes from relationships. We have come together and we enjoy it. We should, only when we enjoy each other's company, then there is happiness in life. So relationships are very important and they should be harmonious. They should be smooth. If there is conflict and tug of war in that, then it becomes something which gives me a lot of pain, gives me utmost pain. So, what is the solution? Here, this becomes very challenging. This becomes very challenging. As I said in the beginning, this is an art which we all have to learn. We all have to learn. We are human beings and this is expected of us, how to get along. Even though there are differences. Even though there are differences. We have to learn this. So, one of the most primary things which we have to learn is this, that understand the fact that nobody is same. Everybody is different. Everybody comes from different backgrounds. Even so much so that offsprings of the same parents, siblings, they are also different. Two brothers, they will be very different. If they are alike, it is one thing. It may be. But more often than not, we find that one is very aggressive, other one is very mild, and he always has to suffer from the hand of the other one. Even to identical twins also. They are identical in every way. But nature-wise, disposition-wise, they are different, very different. So, because everybody has a different history, everybody has a different, in this life we are together. Destiny has brought us together. Because some give and take is to be done. Some give and take, some accounts are to be settled. So destiny has brought us together. But we come from different paths. Our samskaras, our vasanas are all different. Now, these two people or set of people who have come together, They all have different sets of samskaras. For them to live together and then to expect that everybody is safe is not going to be possible. It's not going to be possible because they come from different backgrounds. So, and what kind of samskaras we are carrying with us, we do not know. We do not know. And supposing two partners who come together, husband and wife, one comes from altogether a different background and other one from other background. Even if they, even if they have tried to date each other and know each other, everything, but still when you start living together, then the challenge begins. When you start living together, then the challenge begins. And that is why people are not ready today to make any commitments. If we find, okay, everything is okay, we will live. Otherwise, there is a fear. There is this fear. Supposing we don't get along, which is possible, which is most likely to happen, because you are not two persons are not same. They are not same. In that case, what do we do? In that case, we have to understand that the other person is different, and here what will work is this, that I first accept the person. I first accept the person, he or she, as they are. As they are. This is a tall order. This is a tall order. It's very challenging, but then we are here to learn something. Otherwise, we will keep changing. I don't like with you, so then I don't talk to you, and then now look elsewhere. In this manner, we are not going to, it will not help us understand other human beings. We are here to mingle. We are here to live harmoniously. So, first, to begin with, accept people as they are. It's not likely that there will be everything about you which I like. Everything about you, it's not going to be possible that you are the perfect picture of what I like. Conversely, there will be things in me too which everybody will not like. This applies to both the partners, to everyone, in the family too. Everything about a person will not be liked by others. There will be good as well as some weak points too, which others do not like. So, we first accept that this is there. It is difficult to accept, but yet I will accept it and accommodate it with love. I am ready to accept it. We do extend this accommodation to sometimes a fool also. Fool on the street, or in our group there may be one unsufferable fool may be there, but we will accept him. The kind of way he behaves and all that, we accept it. Why? Because we know that he is like that one. We don't find much difficulty. He never disappoints us. He never disappoints us. We accept him. The same kind of thing we don't extend to our own people, do we? If my mother or brother or sister or husband, to them whom I love, who are very dear to me, but still I don't give them the same thing. I don't extend this acceptance to them. Why? Because there are expectations that he should not do like this to me. She should not do like this to me. When you were ready to give this to that fool, you accepted the way he talked and laughed and made fun of you, you didn't mind it. You took it in your course. But when it comes to your own people, we have such solid and spelled out expectations from them that they should give this to me. They should treat me in this manner. And they fail to do that. More often than not, they fail. Why? Because Their problems are there. They have some problems. We are ready to understand that it is not easy to change. We find some traits in people with whom we are related. There may be certain traits and characteristics which are very hard to accept, but we should understand that it is difficult for them to change. It's not that easy to change for anyone, even though they may be aware that this is not proper. My arrogance, my pride, my anger. One may be like that. Some people get angry very soon. Some people, are very arrogant, overbearing, always. They always, they only have to be right. Others are always wrong in an argument also. So that kind of pride and egotism is there. In spite of our advices also, in spite of the other person pointing this out to them, it's not easy for them to change. Is it easy? No. Why? Because deep-seated swabhava, disposition, nature, because that samskara has been carried for many lives together. It's not a question of one life. It's there with them. So it's not easy to change. And we expect that they should change. This is a very wrong expectation on our part or anybody's part, that somebody can, it's not easy. If you are able to change, okay. But don't think that it is easy to change. That it requires a lot of willingness, hard work and determination, which everybody doesn't seem to have. And so, and we always feel that they have failed us. They are cheating on us. How long should I put up with all this? But they are helpless. Understand, they are helpless before their own samskaras. In this, what do we do? As I said, there is no other way. If we value our relationship, if we value that, and value we must. Each and every relationship is important, be it with parents, be it with siblings, be it with my spouse, my neighbors, my family, relatives, state, employer, employee. With relationship with everyone is important. Only then and then there is happiness in life. Otherwise you are all alone. We are not making money and we are not having comforts. Just comforts cannot make money. For the sake of money is not going to help me. It's not going to give me any happiness. Happiness is derived with people around, with people whom I love. And the relationship is important. It's destiny. Ishvara has brought us together. There has to be some reason behind it. There is some reason. There is absolutely nothing here which is without reason. That two persons are together, there is a reason. There is a reason behind that. And if we don't understand that, then if we don't respect that, what will happen? Today we may avoid it, but destiny will bring us together again in some or the other form. Understand this. Because we have certain things to settle. The accounts are to be settled. Why not do it harmoniously when we are together? It has to be done. And if we do it in a nice way, then we both of us will derive some happiness out of it. Otherwise, again, the same thing will be continued. You understand what I am saying? Again, the same thing will continue. Unless and until it is harmonious, it will continue. We will come across the same people life after life. So it has to be settled in a nice way, in a harmonious way. There is no running away from all this. And therefore, the key to all this, the key to success for harmonious relationship is this, that we accept, accommodate with full awareness that they are different, they are difficult, but still I accept them as they are. I don't hold any resentment against them. Plus, for whatever they are, I forgive them. I have nothing against. Why? Because I see that they are, pride, arrogance, anger. These are the things, they are not the sign of maturity. All these is not strength. It is actually weakness. It is actually weakness to be too proud, arrogance, anger, jealousy, possessiveness. All these things shows weakness. It is not strength. Although one may, by showing anger, tries to oversmart others, overpower others. We use anger in this way. Or it happens, but more often than not, a person will raise his voice and try to overpower everyone. In fact, it is weakness. It is a sign not of strength. Never consider it as a sign of strength. It is a sign of weakness. It is emotional. There are many emotional problems. People have many emotional problems, and we interact with others at emotional level only. When we may be otherwise very intelligent people, having many degrees, doctors and engineers, PhD, this, that. But when it comes to interaction, we are emotional beings. And we seek gratification from each other. You gratify me, I gratify you. And when that doesn't happen, what happens? Things become difficult. Things become difficult. So, when somebody has these problems, then try to understand. It needs treatment. Treatment with love and care. Not rejection. Not rejection. All these things are difficult. It is easily said than done. But we have to do it. We have to not reject them. We have to really treat them. Just as when you go to a doctor, then doctor doesn't scold us because we are ill. He has to treat us. He will not start admonishing us. Why did you get fever? Why this? Why that? But I'm like that only. I'm weak. My immunity is very low. I'm susceptible to everything. Treat me. You have to heal me. You have to make me strong. Isn't it? Right? Similarly, we have some such people in our lives. Everybody has them. If you don't have, you are lucky. But otherwise, everybody has it in their lives. Then be large-hearted, be more mature, and accept them first, and with full awareness, knowing fully well, help them. If you reject them, then what will happen? This tendency is in all likelihood going to increase. Why? Because already problems are there. They are keenly aware of their problems. They are feeling keenly inadequate, incomplete. They are seeking support. They are seeking love. And when they don't find that, on the contrary, when they see that they are rejected, dismissed, tit for tat, then what happens? They will remain what they are, or more often than not, they will be all those tendencies will increase. You see this? Instead of that, what do? If we are mature enough, if we are wise, then we accept it and with love and care help them to get out of this. Help them to get out of this. Half the battle is won in acceptance. When you accept the person totally with all their foibles and limitations, half the battle is won. And then treat it systematically. How? How do we do that? So, we deal very tenderly with them. Don't bring out their problems in public. Don't criticize them all the time. You don't know this much, you have this problem and this problem. Supposing a child, child has a bad company, then naturally parents are concerned. And all the time, don't talk to him, don't do this, don't call him, don't keep his company. Then the child, he is not ready for it. Even though he knows that perhaps he is doing something wrong, but he doesn't like to be told by you all the time. And if you keep on, then they are out of our hands. Then they will not listen to us. Rather than that, we care for him so much. I am just giving this example, that we care for the child so much that we want to bring him back from that. So we befriend him with all the love and care. Mother knows how to do it. Should learn this art. Let the child open up to you. Let him come to you. You should become their confidant. Let them come to you. But because all the while you are admonishing and scolding and criticizing, so the child will not come. He won't come. He will hide the things from you. He will tell this to his friends and some outsider, but not to you. Sometimes when they are coming little late, and so they are afraid, moment we will enter, parents will start scolding, this or that. So they just avoid. But if we are friends with them, allow them to do little bit, help them. What are your problems? With love and care. This one has to do. This one has to do. Then the child will understand. Hopefully he will understand. At least he will come to you, not run away from you. At least he will come to you. Share his problems with you. Because he knows that mommy will listen to me. She will not start scolding me. Instead, she will try to bring me out of this. So that confidence we have to gain. We have to gain that confidence. When we fail in doing this, then children then find their own ways. So it is the duty. And when can I do that? When I know this, that no, this is the way I should take him in my confidence. Even though he is like this, even though he has bad habits, I know he is addicted to drugs and all this. But if I don't deal with him in this manner, I will lose him. And I don't want to lose him. I value my child so much that I don't want to lose him. So I am ready to do this. So that love has to be there. That care has to be there. Similarly, in other relations also with spouse, with parents, with friends, with siblings. Love is one thing which can cure anything. We extend that to everyone. First we accept. And when we accept, they come to know that we are accepted. We just don't speak. We may sometimes, in our own minds, we hate them. We can't put up with them. But we speak good words. Give them tea, etc. These things are also taken care of. But that doesn't help. Sometimes people live together for whole of their lives and still they are not together. The person, what have I not done for you? Tell me, what have I not done for you? But still that harmony is not there. They are living together, so-called needs are also being fulfilled by each other, but still that confidence, that love is not developed. Why? Because we have to think of all this. Why being together for so long also, sometimes half full water of the life goes away in all this. And still we don't care, really. Sometimes one is happy that he is now gone. Sometimes, people are happy that okay, he is gone now. Thank God. Now I am free. Now I am free. Which means what? So far you were burdened. So far you were not happy. Together, yes. Doing everything. But still not happy. That is not life. Is that life? Is that life? What are we doing? We are here to enjoy each other's company. Things are not important. How much we have is not important. But when love is there, care is there, then we enjoy with few things. Few things. So, when we see these things in our partners, in our near and dear ones, we treat it with love and care. In the mind, we have blessings for them. That may you be all right. I accept you with all your problems. And then our words and our deeds also will make impact. Take it from me. When in your mind you are full of love for that person, care for that person, kindness for that person, thoughtfulness for that person, then when you speak and when you do, it will make impact. Otherwise we are speaking, yes, how are you, everything is fine or not, good day, things like that, but that has no impact. That has no impact. Whereas when we are sending blessings from here, when we are sending our love at this level also, then when we speak and then when we do, it goes a long, long way. It goes a long way. Otherwise it doesn't. Tell me, really, you have to see this. Let me keep this before me so that I know what the time. So, this is how we treat our relationships. And it is quite possible that people are very, very difficult to handle. Some people are, I don't say no. But if you don't hold on, if your resentment against them, if you just let it go, then at least you are free. At least you are free from that. And as they say, that I'll give you an example of Gandhiji. Once Gandhiji, he was traveling and he used to travel in third class. In the train also, in the third class, passengers class, he would travel in that. Then he boarded the train from a station and it was third class. And there was no place for him, so he was sitting near the washroom. And there was another person also lying there. And this The other one, he didn't like Gandhiji coming in. He didn't know who Gandhiji is, but he didn't like him boarding the train. So, where Gandhiji was sitting, he spitted over there. So then what did Gandhiji do, you know? He took a piece of paper and cleaned it and threw that paper. This fellow didn't like it. So he did it again. Gandhiji, there was no reaction. He kept cool and calm and again cleaned it and threw the paper out. Third time, fourth time, fifth time, he kept on doing this. Not for a second did Gandhiji say anything or show any kind of expressions on his face that he is now getting angry. No. And then a station came and Gandhiji got down. And on that station he saw that moment Gandhiji got down, there were so many people waiting for him. They garlanded him and there was Mahatma Gandhiji ki Jai, like that. They started shouting slogans, etc. Then this fellow came to know who this man was. And then he fell at his feet. I'm very sorry, I troubled you, and really what I have done is totally unforgivable. What did Gandhiji say, you know? If you are really feeling this way, then whenever somebody does what you have done, behave in the way I behaved. Behave in the way I behaved. But what I am trying to say is this coolness, this calmness, this acceptance of that other person's samskaras, that he is like that. There is no point in telling him anything. You may advise. This is not the way to behave. This is not the way to spoil. He would not have listened. Some people are just like that. So this is the best way. The same thing, see, when you forgive, when you accept, and this is how the course of action that you take is in this manner, accepting, forgiving and loving in spite of all this, loving the person, accepting the person. That is the thing which enables the other person to change. You want them to change, all right, but not the way other than love. If you do this, then they will not change. If you tell them change, you should change for me, then he will say you also change for me. Expectations are both the sides. I want you to do that, he will say you have this to, I want you to do this. Rather than that, I am ready to change. I am willing to embrace you with all your problems. And we have to demonstrate this. I'll give you another incident. These are all real life stories. There was this saint from Maharashtra, I think Ekanathji. One day, he took a dip in Godavari, river Godavari, and then he was coming out and going to the temple. Then there was this one person. He always hated the saint Ekanathji. So he also spitted on him, right on him. Ekanathji just kept quiet and went back again into the Godavari and took a dip. Then again came out. Again this fellow did. He again went. This happened 108 times. Not once, twice, but how many times? 108 times. Then at the end, that fellow fell at his feet. He said, I have never seen a saint like you. I did my best to provoke you, to harass you. I left no stone unturned, and this was not the only incident. Before that also he kept trying all the time. I have left no stone unturned to harass you, but you have never been provoked and you have always remained silent. No reaction, and this may be too much, but all the same, it changed that person. Then he became his disciple. See, what changes a person? There is only To change someone what is required, what is the most potent chemical which can change, if at all, it's love and care, kindness, nothing. It is too much to ask from us. You may say that we are simple human beings. We just want to live our life happily. If we go to do this, then again there will be nothing left in our life. People will take advantage. People don't mind. No, they definitely will change. Why not we do it? We have to do it, at least in minds, keep blessing them, keep blessing, unless there is physical abuse, physical violence, then maybe you need to take some steps. If the situation has reached that stage, then I won't say that keep on doing it. But again, that person is doing what he is doing is out of helplessness. He is not in his right mind. There is this problem that he is a patient. He is sick. He or she is sick. Emotional illness is also there. That is emotional illness. Problems are there. So it is better to look at the person and not at the behavior. We are looking at the person, behavior, and finding fault with it. But see what the person is. Person looks very sophisticated and educated and all that, but in reality is weak person. Maybe in childhood, now inspect their history, we can at the most see this life. We cannot go beyond that, but we will find that person's upbringing or their samskaras are such, he has brought them with him, because of which he is what he is. No happy person, no happy, cool and calm person who is comfortable with himself, who is at home with himself, can be angry or violent. Nobody can be violent that way. Who can be like that? Those who are not happy with themselves. There are lots of frustration. We have to understand this. There are lots of frustrations, disappointments, so many things inside. And there is a cause for it. In childhood, or I would even go to the extent in their past lives. Past life. Certain things have happened. And then they have taken this birth. All that is not erased. All that is not erased. They've come with that. They have come with that. Naturally, it is going to manifest. What is there inside is going to come out. You can't suppress it for long. It's going to come out. And the person is helpless before that. Even big yogis have problem dealing with that anger and all that. Then what to talk of simple people? They have problems with that. So, our duty in life is what? To help them. Help them to heal this. Help them to heal the problem which they are going through as partners, as parents, as siblings, as friends. If we have some understanding, some maturity, learning, wisdom, then it becomes our duty to become larger than what the situation is. Become bigger. Don't be with them at their level. He did this, so I do that. No. He is doing that because he doesn't know. He is helpless. People don't get angry by will. Anger happens. Supposing I tell you, come on, get angry. All of you get angry. You are laughing. All of you are laughing. So anger doesn't come, it happens. It takes control of you. When things are not your way, when your expectations are not fulfilled, anger takes control of you. And then what happens? All your learning, all your wisdom, everything goes back burner. Because now the person is no more there. Anger has taken over. The hero is the anger now. And this person is totally controlled by anger. Afterwards he will feel guilty. But at the moment he is totally taken up, controlled by anger. He is not in his hands, he or she. And anger is such a thing, it can come anytime, huh? If the roots are there, so we have to work with everything. Lot of work is required with our minds. We should know our minds and what is going on. Why is anger coming? Ask yourself. Why is it coming, rising? Which of my desire is not fulfilled? Because when it doesn't get fulfilled, it comes out and makes others victim. Whoever, that may be your parent also. That may be your spouse also. That may be your child also. Whoever, it just doesn't see. But what is the reason? Some problem inside. He has not understood his own personality. So, one has to do all this work with oneself. And if we are together, and if we have some learning, some wisdom, some maturity, then help others. Help people who are in your vicinity, your near and dear ones. Help them. Don't reject them. Don't criticize them. Don't criticize all the time. You are no good. You are good for nothing. We keep on telling the child, you are good for nothing. You won't make it. The fellow wants to make it and he is trying hard. And what do we say? You are good for nothing. You cannot do it. See those other children. Then we start comparing them with others. This fellow feels so bad. All his energy is gone. All his confidence is gone. So, we parents want to really help, but they don't know how to help. The methods they employ. It's not that they don't love their child. They love very much. But this is how they talk. Not knowing what it is doing to the child. It's depleting him. All his energy will be gone. Then what will he do? He has nothing left inside. So rather than that, encourage them. Don't reject. When people have problems, don't reject. We find that people stop talking with each other. We're living under one roof, but we don't talk. For days together, sometimes family members don't talk to each other. Very common thing. We show our resentment by not talking. Avoiding each other. He in his room, I in my room. Never meet, never talk. What is this? This is rejection. How are we going to solve the problems? So, and sometimes, when we start talks, let us negotiate. Let us sit together and talk. But then all old grievances and hurts come out. When we start, you did like that to me that time, and at that time, and we don't now remember also. But again, all the old wounds, they come up. And again, back to square one. When we sat for negotiating and talking it out, it was little good, but now it is worst. Why? Because all the old chapter is brought back. The other day, you criticized me in front of so many of your friends. Then this lady also will say something. This won't help. What is done is done. What has happened has happened. Forget it. We are not bringing it back. We begin afresh. And in which manner? That I accept you. I know you have problems. We don't tell them. We don't tell them. Then again problems. Then again fight. People are ready, to give you punch. Don't tell them. But you have that bent of mind. Your orientation is now changed. I know he has problems, but still I will like him. I will love him. I will help him. If you don't reject and still accept, it will really, empower them. Because they will learn from that. That this person, mother or wife, accepted me. Did not start shouting. I'm accepted in spite of this. So that will give them doorway. That will give them a big cushion. We need cushions sometimes, to support ourselves. Similarly, people need it. Give them. Every time, don't bring your ego in between. Your relationship is more important than your ego. Sometimes we forgo everything for our ego. I am right. We are not ready to bend down. What is the big deal? What is the big deal? That we are together is more important. You being with me is more important. Not my ego. What will I do with my ego? Ultimately, I will be all alone. Alone in my home and tower. Nobody with me. Instead, this is all part of maturity. We have to mature. Life is meant for that. We have to grow in. This is growth. We have to grow every moment. We may have millions and billions, but if this growth has not taken place, of what use is that? Tell me. Nobody looks eye to eye. Family members are not together. Son is somewhere, father somewhere, one spouse here. Just, everybody is separated. Even when together, everybody is too proud. What is the use of all this? So deal all these problems by love and care. This is the greatest wealth which we have. What? Love, care. And human being has this. Immense capacity is there. Immense capacity is there. And we come back to the first question. What about me? Okay, you are asking me to do all this, be wise and big-hearted and large-hearted and all that. But what about me? What about my satisfaction? Yes, this is very, very important. Then I will say that in giving itself, you are getting it. In giving, in loving, you are getting it. There is no other result bigger than that. The moment you feel good for others, the moment you bless others, may everything be nice with you. Really, you mean it. May you get all the happiness. Then the mother blesses the child, She means it. She means it. And it reaches the child. And in that blessing itself, tell me what the mother feels. What the mother feels. You are all mothers here. You know that. What do you feel? You feel good. You feel good. Isn't that enough? Isn't that enough? So when we give, when we feel good for others, when we are all filled up with love for them, that itself fills me up. When the mother feeds the child, she is so happy. When the husband and children and all of them are eating, and she is feeding them, and this husband and children are in competition in eating today. They have all gathered together and are now in competition. Who will eat more? Gulab Jambus. They finish everything. The whole bowl is empty. Will the mother say, what did you do? What have you left for me? What is left for me? Will she say? On the contrary, she will enjoy. Oh, I made it so well and they liked it so much. She won't see that there is nothing for me. This question of what about me doesn't remain. Doesn't remain. Because in giving, she got it. In giving, smile to others, giving happiness to others, you have to first feel happy to give happiness to others. Why do we forget this? This question doesn't arise. When I am happy, then I can make you happy. If I am unhappy, can I make you happy? It won't come out from me. So, when I give happiness to others, it is already there. I am rich enough. So, the question of what about me? I will be exploited. So what? I am rich enough. I am rich enough. Who will take away the wealth that I have? Sky is the limit for this. One has immense capacity for that. Surdas ji writes, Sabse unchi prem sagai. Sabse unchi. This is what is the most important in life. And extend it to all. Not the one who is loving you. Not the one who is like you. One who fulfills your expectations. No, not only to that. To others also. Who are not that giving. In the family, everyone will not be like. Your partner only may not be like that. Your spouse may not be like that. But you grow. You grow. And along with your growth, embrace them. So they are also bound to grow. Understand this. Even if they grow or not, you won't feel the lack of it. And in your vicinity, they will definitely be empowered. Because you are empathizing with them. You are with them. They know that they have the support. So this is what we have to do. Then you tell me, relationship will be harmonious or not? I have taken the responsibility. I take the responsibility to make it work. Commitment has to be there. I will try my best. Today otherwise, people live together 2 days and then now, no, I have come back. This doesn't work, you know. What is the guarantee that the other person you will find will not be the same like him? What is the guarantee? So there has to be commitment in life to make things work. And in certain cases we don't have choice. With parents, do we have choice? Can we change our parents? Can we change our siblings? Sometimes brothers don't talk, fight for money, property. So many things go on. Why? Because the basic thing is not understood. You are losing them. You are losing your people. We don't value. So first value the relations which are there in your life. People with whom you have come in contact with. People whom Ishvara has sent them in your life. There is some reason. Understand that. And nurture the relationship. It requires lot of working. Don't take any relationship, whether it is with parents or teacher or siblings or wife or husband, neighbor, anyone, never take it for granted. Pay attention to that. Nurture it, water it, do whatever is needed. Appreciate them from time to time. Never take it for granted. This is how we keep working upon it. So, this is what I wanted to say. And the goal, the role model for this is in Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna talks about a wise man. But wise man in 12th chapter is talked about in a different way. He is the one who has the best of the relations with everyone. Lord Krishna describes him Adveshta Sarvabhutana, Maitraha Karuna Evacha. Adveshta Sarvabhutana. He has no hatred but love for everyone. Not only for sentient things but insentient things too. Maitraha. Not only he goes out of his way to make friendship with everyone. There is compassion bubbling in him. See, these are the things which make relationship work. Not what about me and what did I get? What did you give me on my birthday? On my this day. Did you remember my birthday? Things like, it's okay, I'm just making fun. But not that way. Things will work when we work upon it. We have to work hard. And hard with what? We have to have the weapons of love, kindness, care, compassion. And then each and every of your relationship will be beautiful. Whether it is with your child or your spouse or neighbor or anyone for that matter. It calls for a lot of, you have to give. And when can you give? When you have the value for it. When you value it. Otherwise, if my life revolves around me only, I and mine, then it is difficult. So, these are the basic things. Tomorrow also we will continue with the talk and we'll try to throw more light upon this and show how, what are the things which we have to look into. What is marriage meant for? How is friendship to be maintained? Things like that, So we'll look more into this too, so that throw some light on how to maintain harmony in relationships. Thank you. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
Thank you, Swamiji. That was a wonderful talk, and